Exactly. All right. I think we got it. All right, peace. We'll start off with introduction.
All right. I don't have no stage name, but you know, I said monk.
That'll work. I'm Cosmic Chameleon, your galactical goddess.
Quiet Storm coming at you.
Oh, y'all just too much.
No, we just glad on in there. We glad on in there. We glad. It's all good. It's nothing
It's all
personal.
love.
It's all
It's all love.
exactly. That's what it's about peace on purpose.
I like that though. Quiet storm.
Ain't it cute? I was
That's
like,
so
that
pretty.
is her.
Yes.
She like quiet and is like, I like that. I can relate.
I feel you. Exactly. Wasn't it like that was an old school radio station?
It was.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't watch TV, but I love that.
Okay.
Just jam to it.
I watch a
Slow
lot of TV.
jams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that here in Houston or?
It was probably in every city. Like
Where were you
I was in
from?
Chicago.
Oh, we
Because
was
I
in
was in
Chicago.
Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
we
they
had
had
that
it.
too.
Yeah. Okay. That was like, wait a minute. That's Maryland.
No coincidence.
Okay. Cool. We're all
Nothing
on
is
the
a
same
coincidence.
page.
Nothing.
Nothing. I don't believe in that. Yeah.
No, they made it up.
Yeah.
But you want to intro what we're gonna talk about today?
Okay, so today we're talking about relationships. We can go on to the subject of mending relationships, and we can also start from where, you know, like the fire comes from and what causes the fire to go out. So, I mean, y'all can throw some questions. We can all just talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, what's the main subject we want to start with?
I said we probably should go into healthy eating. I know
Right?
a
Shout
lot
out
of
to healthy
times.
eating.
Shout out to you guys that's
Eating.
eating delicious raw vegan food, plant based. You know.
Yes. So first and foremost, if you want a flourishing relationship, you have to have a flourishing body too. And I'm not just talking about the outside. I'm talking
Factual.
about the inside.
Factual.
Yes. So if you feel good, if you eat good, you feel good. So
Factual.
yes.
And I'm speaking. These beautiful goddesses have been raw vegan longer than I have, and I think that's how we divinely align to each other. The more I started eating more healthier, I started to attract more relationships that honored how I truly felt an inside. I truly desired peace. I truly desired happiness. But it took me to getting outside of my comfort zone, getting outside my box and trying different things before I was able to harness and have healthy relationships, just to be honest.
And not just harnessing healthy relationships and bringing healthy energy into your life, but it also helps you to weed out what's
Yes.
not supposed to be in your life.
Yes.
Unapologetically?
Yes, the
Yeah.
food is higher vibrational, and it just
Yes.
brings about a whole new awakening that you just
Shift.
have to be open to. Yeah, it's a shift.
If you want to
Food
be
is
greater.
energy. I mean, food is energy, and if you're eating live things, then you're gonna become more lively.
Yes,
You know, if you're eating dead things, and I mean, what does that make you if you are what you eat?
I could not for the life of me realize what the hell is all this negative shit going on in my life. Like, I knew it was everybody else but me. I just knew it. I knew it was. But then I had to really have a really serious conversation with myself. No, bitch, it's you, you know? And I thought it was in the most beautiful way, you know? No, it's you. No, it's you. You know, but you just be honest. Like, this is how sometimes I
Real
talk to
honest
myself.
Yeah,
You know?
honest with yourself.
Be honest with
Yeah.
you. If you don't do nothing. If you don't do nothing else, hello, is this thing on? Hello. If you don't do shit else, if you don't do nothing else, you better be honest with you. Facts.
That's right. And just being, growing up in the Black community, we're
Sick.
taught to,
Let's be honest.
overindulge.
Let's be honest.
Oh man.
Every holiday, you got a good
Eating
grade,
slave food.
man.
You gotta
like,
Cheetos, Doritos,
So-
ham,
yes,
turkey.
snacks.
So there's this connotation on us and the food that we eat. Like every other culture, they have their own food. You know, you go to Chinese, they have their own Chinese food. You go to an Indian store, they got Indian food, Indian curry, all these things. Even like every other culture, Middle Eastern, they have their own food. Everybody else, but our food was slave food. It was given to us, and all the wrong parts of the animal they give to the slaves, they starting to give to us, and they put and they're conditioning us to think, oh, this pig ass is good for you. It's really good because it tastes good.
Love chili.
Grits. What's the other one? The soul food that everybody loves.
Which one?
What is it? Shepherd's pie. All these things. The pork, the meat,
Bacon,
bacon.
all of it.
All of it. Everybody has to have eggs and grits and bacon in the morning. All
Starches.
these things. Starches.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, macaroni and cheese.
And
Ribs,
wonder why-
that's what it is. Ribs and
Yeah.
all these things.
Pig feet.
And pig feet.
What you say?
Pig ear sandwiches. Pig ear sandwiches on white bread.
Pig ear?
That was pig ear sandwiches.
On
Man.
white bread.
White bread.
Yeah.
So
So they give us all the leftovers and say, "Oh, this is soul food. It's good for you. It's
Yeah.
good for the
They
soul."
lied again.
You know, it puts us in a connotation. Oh, this is our food when it's really not.
Yeah.
So people think because Mama did it or Mama's mamas did it,
It's
and
normal.
that's the same recipe that they've been doing. But no, even back then they were eating from the earth, but people don't know that.
Yeah.
People are just saying, "Oh, eat anything because it tastes good."
Exactly.
When that is the wrong.
Bamboozle food and led astray. And we wonder why our relationships are in such discord and such emotional turmoil and such this is spiritual warfare, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Somebody's playing chess and we playing checkers. We just came to, shed a little light on why you may be experiencing depression, anxiety, extreme sick shit going on in your soul. The food that you eat has 1,000 times 1,000% something to do with it. And we just want to shed some light. We ain't trying to change nobody because I know, I had to do it my way and I'm the type of person, I'm going to do what I want to do when I feel like doing it. We all like that. Yeah.
You're just putting it out there
We just,
for you to know because some people don't know and don't realize.
Some people will never hear this.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So you just put it out there like,
Yeah.
hey, this is really not, you're not supposed to be eating this food. I mean, as our people, we're really not supposed to be eating anything dead. That's the thing. Because it's just, we don't have the equipment for it.
Our body's not even made. The chemistry,
yeah,
physiologically,
everything.
it's not for us to eat this
We
stuff.
just don't have the equipment.
And
Everybody, they eat for the seasoning. You would never just eat raw meat. Come on now. You have to cook it.
bloody and everything.
Yeah,
Come on, let's be honest.
what meat eater eats like we do? We have to cut it up, we have to season it, marinate it, and cook it a certain way. No meat eater does that. They don't do any of that, so.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean,
So,
they love it for the flavor. So, I mean, my advice.
you dropping real honesty right here. You want to dig deep.
All right. Get you some fruits and vegetables like this. Season it up how you want, because you really just want in it for the flavor.
Yeah.
If you're a really good chef, I mean, you can make anything vegan.
And make it taste delicious.
And
Like,
make it taste delicious.
I have been so enlightened.
Right
This
here.
is motherfucking calm.
Raw.
Man, delicious. And
Raw.
You have to get a close up of that. That's beautiful.
And to think, 5 years ago, I would have been talking shit about this, and it saved my fucking life. And I cuss a lot. I can't. That's just how I go. But just rock with me, roll with me. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So, if you would have caught me maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, I was judging this lifestyle like, what the heck are they doing? And I got a little depression in my life, I got a lot of dysfunction. I got a lot going on, and I was like, I'm willing to do anything. And Spirit said, you said anything? I said anything to get rid of this, this heavy cloud. I know we all feel it, and yet we walk around as if it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And this shit is the sickest thing to me. I used to wonder why when I was a little girl, like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? I couldn't figure it out, but I knew it was my purpose. And purpose is important. If you don't know what your purpose is on this planet, you have no fucking reason to be in any relationship with anybody. We just leave it at that. And that would be good. What else y'all got? That was it. For me. What y'all got?
Well, okay, so for the vegan thing, a lot of people put this crazy stereotype connotation on being vegan. Like a lot of them, they think, it's just a whole bunch of, animal activists that, just eat raw tofu and just, that's it. And they like bland stuff. They eat lettuce and tofu, and that is it. And
Yeah.
people just look at it
Don't
and
eat
they're
the
just like,
tofu, y'all.
Yeah,
Don't
now
eat
that
tofu.
yeah, you don't even have to do all that. That's crazy.
That's another.
You go to, like people think the same tofu, like, you go to like an Asian restaurant and they got that tofu right there that nobody touches. That stuff look gross anyway. That is not vegan. I'll tell you that. Like, okay, for instance, you have friends that don't really understand the lifestyle. You go out to eat with them. They respect you, but they don't know what to feed you. So they're just like, all right, I'm going to get the steak. What are you going to get? You want a salad? And I'm like,
Yeah.
do you want a salad? No. We
And
want
that's
real
how I've always
food.
been. I've started the journey as a vegetarian.
Come on
At
in.
15 years old. And, I've really evolved. I started with like Boca Burgers and Morningstar Farm. And now I find that these things have like casein in them, cheese, dairy. I'm like, this is supposed to be like vegan, vegetarian
Yes.
oriented.
Yes.
But it's growth. Like I had to learn that. I took all my own food to all the barbecues. My family was just like, oh, that's Gail. She eats roots and berries. I just had my own thing going, but I've made a lot of growth even from a vegetarian to a vegan and now a raw vegan. And just the more you know, the more you grow, the better you do.
Yes.
It's just,
I make, I make much better decisions now that I eat much more healthier. I'm able to think with a clear mind. I'm not saying I don't stress at all. I'm not saying that I don't go through my times where I feel some type of way, but I'm able to emotionally balance things out a lot better because I eat more healthier. I eat from more of a plant-based lifestyle.
Yeah, being vegan, it really shows you a lot about food and your own
About
body in
yourself,
general.
food.
Yeah.
Yes, so like I had no freaking clue or idea about healthy food and what is the healthy food, what is the food for humans, what is the food for, us in general as black people too. So for me, growing up in an athletic household, all they told you was to eat carbs and eat a lot of it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about pasta, pizza,
especially before your
meat
events.
for protein. Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have
Carb load.
Okay, so you probably know about this. We had team dinners, and the team dinners, they would just load us up with like either some type of pasta. It had to be something with flour, something with some tomatoes, and a little bit of salad.
Yep. Exactly.
for the healthy balance. Otherwise, you will die. If you don't have your meat in there, you will die of protein deficiency. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's the myth.
They lied. I can't believe they lied.
That was a lie, just so you know.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody, I want y'all to Google this. If anybody has ever died from a protein deficiency and see why don't they eat meat and how are they so big, how are they so strong, where are they getting their protein from? So a lot of people don't even know this. We are just getting secondhand protein from another animal. Why not just go to the source?
Factual.
A lot of people they think you need meat in your diet just to survive, when that's never how we used to be. We used to literally be the ones eating roots and berries. I love the way I put that.
Yeah, literally.
We were the gatherers. We were never hunters. The only time, you saw hunters was for defensive reasons. But really, we never really had that problem. That's another concept.
And that's a whole nother day.
That's a whole nother story.
My God. And which segues me into the crystals, the healing crystals. Crystals found me. I found crystals. We were somehow mesmerized and synced up. We somehow found each other, and my life has never been the same. I opened my own holistic healing business after I found the crystals.
Back on relationships, and just to touch on the stones and everything. A lot of people who suffer from bad anxiety or pains from social anxiety, pretty much being around people and have an issue with that, or just get a little bit nervous, whatever. If you hold stones, it's the same concept of you literally walking outside barefoot, and it just helps to ground you. And whatever occasion, it really helps you to just come back to center and be able to be the best you, cope with the situation. Because a lot of people are empaths. So when you go out in public, get these emotions, you attract these emotions to you, almost like, paint to white shirt. It comes to you, and sometimes you might not even be aware. It'll catch you off guard. So, if you have a partner or, somebody in a relationship with your significant other, it might rub off on them too. Or you may say something that you would never say, or like you'd come off, a certain way towards them, and it might even pop up for an argument. Not even being aware, where's this emotion coming from? Sometimes it's coming from other people. So it's always good to have you a grounding stone. Like she had a whole bunch in her pocket. That's the best thing you can do for yourself.
I'm not playing.
It doesn't matter. You don't even have to tell anybody. Sometimes these stones are so sacred. It's for you to help you be grounded. You can just have it on you. Even me, like I have stones around my neck, but I also have this one.
Or
like yes, the EMF blocker or organized.
Radiation, decrease the radiation.
Yes, because I was real sensitive to those types of things.
I'm sensitive.
So if you carry stones like this, it helps you, with the phone that you have every day, people with Bluetooth, all these things, it helps you just to
decrease the radiation.
Yes.
The other reason why we are experiencing a lot of mental clutter and don't really know is because the radiation from the towers, cell phone towers, are radiating through our bodies.
Literally
We're killing us. We're frying. And they're not going to tell you this because it's a whole nother day. We're going to talk about that. But if you're interested.
Yes.
But
relationships. What do you do in regards of like, if you feel like this spark is dying, or like we can talk about that, right?
Yeah.
If a spark is dying, what do you guys?
If you're experiencing a lot of depression, or just
or like just at a low moment,
Yeah.
and sometimes, you might be in a relationship or you might not. You have that low moment. You just don't feel
not the cupcake.
good.
Did you say cupcake phase? Not
The
in the
cupcake
cupcake zone.
phase. Yeah, that's what they call the cupcake phase.
I know.
Puppy love. That's what
Yeah,
it's
the
called.
puppy
love.
love. Yeah.
Puppy love.
I've discovered in my relationship, it's really important for me to seek healing so I can determine accurately what role I play in dysfunction. I'm always about trying to figure out what role I play, and I honestly don't really move until I kind of figure that out. I think it takes two parties to aspire to want to heal the relationship. And if two parties don't really want to aspire to heal the relationship, it leaves one party seeking to heal it, and then you have to come to that space where you like, you know what, let me just focus on healing myself.
Yes.
And if you heal yourself, I can guarantee you that person will see, and they're like, they'll smell that shit like, I want some of this fucking healing. Where you get that from? And I've experienced it several times in my relationship. I've come to an impasse like, you know what, I'm not going to try to change him, which you should never, ever, ever fucking try to change anybody. Like, you wasting your time, and you're distracted from your purpose from being on this planet, because I can guarantee you, because your fingerprints are different, shout out to Enlightened Souls, because your fingerprints are different, nobody's supposed to be like you, and you're not supposed to be like that other person. And because we are empaths, we're emotional beings, we don't know how our energy works. We went to school this whole time. Nobody ever taught us how to protect our energy and protect our space and to, ground ourselves. Crystals, nobody ever taught us about these things that actually heal us. And they did it on purpose because they want relationships, especially Black relationships, to fail and to be hell. So we can never procreate and create a healthy foundation to bring in the abundance that the universe has to give us. It's impossible to accept abundance from the universe if you don't feel like you're worthy.
I think an important thing too is like not to look for your partner or significant other to make you happy or fulfilled on the inside.
Facts.
Like that is a big
Facts.
It's very, very important.
Yeah, and you have to learn that. Like you have to. Everybody doesn't
And I
go
learned.
into a relationship.
Still learning sometimes.
Learning that we're all different people, and we come together with everybody has their own baggage.
Yes.
You're bringing that together, and if you don't know how to kind of get yourself
Together. You're gonna be expecting the other person to fix you.
Absolutely.
So just to piggyback on that, and this is something I touched. So in relationships, before you even get in a relationship, you must have a relationship with yourself, because you have to be happy before you go into a relationship, because the relationship is never going to make you happy. If you depend, right? If you depend on this relationship to make you happy, then you are going to fail, and so is your relationship. I want you to know that right now. You be happy first. This person should be happy when they come to you. Don't let them, bring you down. If they're not ready, then they're not ready. But you have to. You're the team player. They're the other team player. Y'all play as a team. It's like a dance, a constant dance. So y'all have to constantly be dancing. Sometimes somebody might, trip or skip a move or something, and sometimes you just gotta bring it back. Just like how they say in show business, keep it going. Keep it going. Even if you mess up, it's okay. Keep it going. Keep dancing. Because life is just a dance either way. So, I mean, people are going to mess up in a relationship. Nothing's going to be perfect. The dance is never going to be perfect. But you strive to be perfect. And that's the basic thing. But yeah, you be happy, they'll be happy, and y'all be happy together on your separate journeys.
Facts. Come check us out.
Sharing this.
Exactly.
Well,
if anyone is interested in being greater, you can hit up Instagram, Enlightened Souls now, as well as Facebook. We have a lot of events where we as women and men can come to heal together in a sacred space, and we just kick it. We let the universe guide us, and we always focusing on not only having fun but healing. More importantly,
we got more topics to cover.
We have so many more topics to bring to you guys.
So many more topics.
And so Gail will be doing urban stretch classes, and you can also come to
yoga?
Okay, cool.
Mixture.
Yeah, it's
We'll funk it up.
Yeah. Funk it out a little bit. You want to share about your space? Give it to Gail.
Okay,
the
Spaceship Center. This is the Spaceship Center. This is the center. We have vegan potluck, where we eat clean and show people new recipes every week. And Saturday nights,
so grateful for that.
Normally after 7:30 at various times, but we're here until people fall out. Some people are here until the next day. Some people are here until 2 days. So it's just like that, But yeah, we have
beautiful
this
energy, healing energy.
It's awesome.
Appreciate that.
It's amazing.
We practice
so grateful.
Positive love, so people come, they relax, and we talk about everything. Your batteries down.
We've noticed an epidemic in the community of women goddesses not honoring themselves and creating a bunch of discord between the children and the man who they decided to have, relations with and children with. And it's just time that we start standing up and talking about the importance of getting you together first, and if you recognize something that you need to heal, start dealing with it, because these problems, we can blame the man for all the problems, but truth be told, we let him in. What was going on that, was probably unresolved that we needed to deal with? Were we just trying to feed an unhealthy addiction with a relationship? Were we trying to heal something that was wrong with us, with being with someone, thinking that would fix the problem with inside of ourselves? And I'm the first one to admit, I've done it before. Total fucking fail. But I had to come to me and say, you know what? You need to get it together. You can keep blaming everybody else. You can keep pointing the finger. But at the end of the day, I was there by myself at night. It's like, wait a minute. Oh, so it's me the problem, and I had to be willing to be honest with myself. If you're not willing to be honest with yourself, you're going to keep on repeating the same cycle that your parents did, your mothers did, and act like it's everybody else's, We
got to learn from each other's mistakes instead of having to go through the same pain, because that is the main issue.
Yeah.
We see our mothers and fathers and how they were doing things, even the grandparents. It's a different nature, but a lot of people can't sit and look and be like, do I want to be like this person when I grow up, when I grow older? Mm-hmm. And they don't ever sit and think about it. A lot of families are broken. A lot of families are, having a lot of issues, and then it affects the children. Despite it's not even the children's fault, but they don't even know how to have a healthy relationship after that, because they've never seen it.
Yeah.
Never seen it from their own parents. So it's affecting the children on a higher level that we have to understand. And we can't just keep pointing the finger when we can stop it ourselves too. Not just by ourselves, but just starting with ourselves. Because a lot of women You know, we have this single woman syndrome, like, you know, they can do it all by themselves. I can do it all by myself, and I don't need anybody in our life, and you know, the kid is good, he'll be fine. I'm gonna work, you know, my butt off all the time and be stressed out because I have to do it all by myself. I don't trust all these other people. When we ourselves, we grew up in a community, we grew up in a tribe. It's never been like that, you know. Even in Africa, yes, and we're in a healthy space. The women, you know, they took the time. They took 5 years out when they were planning a kid to clean up their bodies and, you know, conceive. And then after those 5 years, they conceived and, you know, had the child. The child was in perfect condition, was fine. Even when, and this is very rare, there was not much divorce back then in Africa, but when there was, the child would always go with the father. Never with the mother. And you know why? Because the mother can't just handle it by herself.
Man.
We have too many emotions, and that's just factual. You don't ever want to put all those emotions in the kid and the kid not even understand, like, what are these things, especially if it's a little boy. If
I didn't know that, but that's so right.
Yes,
That's
that is why they gave it to the husband. And if the husband died, or, you know, the man of the house, if he died, the next heir would be the next available man. So if it was the uncle, the uncle would, yeah. And it did make sense. It wasn't anything carnal that people are talking about, but they know what happens to a woman when she becomes alone. That was the worst thing you can do to a woman. And I'm talking about the traditional sense. Nowadays, people think, oh, I'm good, you know. Even though the worst thing that can happen to a woman is loneliness, you know, the number one cause of death. Yep, number one cause of death, loneliness. You can look that up.
And then you're projecting all of this energy onto the child.
Exactly.
They don't know what to do with it as a teacher.
Okay.
Like I saw it in the classroom, and I still see it working with my private clients, tutoring and testing. You just see like what this looks like at home, you know?
The society, look at the bad news.
However, a kid can't
they don't know how to
express what they're feeling, you know, what they're going through, and so
they don't know how to do
it's
it.
acting out, it's talking back, but all kids they just want love. If you just took them and just gave them structure, they act like, oh, I want to do whatever I want, but giving them structure, and I'm not talking about holding them. I always believe, like, as a teacher, like, I facilitate your education. I don't give you education.
Exactly.
I want to give you the tools to go out and find these things on your own. Yeah, and school is a box. I'm not gonna go there, but you know,
that's a
school
whole
is
nother
a box.
topic.
And you're,
yeah. Another topic. But I respect you for even being a teacher and having to see that, because I personally think that the teachers here are not valued enough here. I'm talking about in America. Everywhere else abroad, the teachers don't have to worry about anything, no rent, no food. Everything is taken care of, because everybody knows that you have the future, like, in your hands right now. You literally have the future in your hands. So we have to value you and make sure that you're good, because, you know, if not, then our kids, you know, they're going to suffer. They need you to be 100% good. Like, they, you know, they worship you guys like, you know, kings and queens, I'm telling you. So teachers here, I feel really bad, because you really can't. You're basically the other parent, like the co-parent, in a sense. So you literally have to be there for the child. I don't know what age group do y'all?
I've done K through 12 as a special education teacher.
So that's a big deal. So you're there for most of their life.
And I started in Chicago. I started in middle school, which is a very tumultuous age. You know, that 12 to 14, 11 to 14, you know, age. It's like, sometimes I would be like, okay, before you come to classroom, am I mommy today? Are we going to sit on Miss Hosen's lap? Or are you trying to pay your own rent? You know, when you leave out of here 45 minutes later, just let me know what we are, so I can know, like, how to, you know, put it on, and, you know, help you out with that, you know. And so, but I also learned, like, you can't make kids do anything. They're little people. They have their own personalities, their own characteristics. I'm not here to... We have choices, even in kinder. You have a choice to have a tantrum. You have a choice. But guess what? You know, you may not have this extra time you want on the computer or outside. I'm gonna take you outside because we need to be outside. I'm not gonna take that away from you. However, you may not get the extra time, or you may not get, that extra thing that you want, because that's just how life is. They learn early. Okay, I can't have this all. If I do this is consequence. Like, you have to learn that, because if not, they'll go in the world just thinking I can do whatever I want,
Exactly.
and get whatever I want. But I just learned to respect them. Like, I would tell my kids, like, I respect you. However, if you come outside, the respect, I would say, look at me first as a human being, then as an adult, and then your teacher. Because if you do that backwards, it's like, oh, she's just trying to tell me what to do. I don't have to do this. You don't.
Rebels.
But if you see me as a human, I have feelings, I have thoughts, I have, just like you do, I have problems, then we can relate better. I don't care how, what your age is. It's a way to teach that from K and up.
Yes.
It's like.
And that's crazy. Y'all even have to have that conversation.
Yeah,
because
you have to.
this is what I was meaning. Like, oh, right? It's okay. It's fine. But, what was I saying? The whole, like, kid thing, like, preschool, K through 12 and everything. You can, if you study psychology, you can start seeing the pattern between, like, what's going on in their home by the way they're acting towards you. The
energy precedes you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If they're acting up a certain way, you'd be like, okay, this kid is not getting enough attention at home.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have to be the one. Since you're the teacher, they should already be good by the time they get to you.
Right, but
no, there's no home training.
I'm coming,
Nobody's
babe.
having that home training at home, like, to really sit their
I'm
kid down.
coming.
Because everybody's like, they're too busy. This is what I was meaning with the single mother thing. You cannot have time to be doing that when you have to pay bills. You got to take care of your stuff. You got to take care of the home, everything, and then you got to take care of the whole kid or more than one kid. So it's just like, it's better to have that community. Because the community will always be there for you. If your kid's all the way down the street, he's messing, like trying to burn a cat or something like that. The neighbor, back in the day, and I'm not saying this is, I don't know how it is right now. It's probably not anywhere near it. Back in the day, the neighbor saw that kid and they knew exactly their full name, their last name, and their middle name, their address, everything. Their mom's name, dad's name, full, everything. They said, don't do that, smack on the wrist, they take you home and show you to your dad. Then you gotta deal with your dad.
That's when the trust was
First.
community.
Yeah, that's when the trust was for the village, but now nobody really, I don't ever hear about that anymore. And it used to be like that, but now it's just like, oh no, don't talk to my kid that way, don't do this, don't do that. And they could be coming from love standpoint, like I love this kid just like my own, and I don't want to see them ever mess up in life. Because if we don't correct that now, they're going to, just like you said, go into the world thinking they can just keep doing stuff. And the law, they don't give them a second chance.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to take them in and say, oh no.
Yep.
Wait for it. Wait
Yeah.
for it. They got to
So it's
they
a
bills
trap
paid
set.
too, baby.
There's already a trap set, especially for our people. We already
Let's
look
be honest.
intimidating.
Yep.
Just by
The
the
energy,
color of our
the
skin.
energy
So that's why
energy
it's,
strong.
yes, it's a shame that we have to have this conversation with our kids. You cannot go outside and, grab a BB gun and play with your kid, down the street, Jimmy down the street. You cannot do that, sweetie. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's orange little water gun. You cannot have that outside. You can do that inside, maybe in the backyard, but I don't ever want to see you with that in your hand and go out the front door. You have to tell them that.
Yeah.
And why?
Let's be more guarded.
Yeah.
Safe place.
Yeah.
But home training, this is the most important thing. If you're a single mother, not by choice, and you want to make it work, the best thing you can do is just involve really good friends and have them around your baby, and at least have like the uncle or a good cousin who is older and a male figure in their life. That is the best thing you can do for a child if you're a single mother. And the dad is not in their life. Because of course I get a lot of questions like, the single mom, something happened to the dad, obviously can't be there. So you can compromise.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to be the father, but put somebody in their
Healthy.
life. Yeah, a healthy
Yeah.
person for them to look up to. Don't ever just try to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, We got a lot of pressure on us as Black goddesses, and
Yes.
it's time that we start acknowledging that we're goddesses, no matter what we've been through. And so it's important for us to honor ourselves in every sense of the word, because so often we have so much pressure and unresolved issues on our back that we sometimes expect other people to fix it, and we sometimes so tough we don't even want to share that we are in pain or we hurting because we have experienced that nobody really gives a fuck. Sometimes it feel like that, honestly, but I have to give a fuck, and when I start giving a fuck, people start seeing that and they care because I care about myself, and that's just how energy works, you know. So that's my word of wisdom for this evening. Make sure you're honoring yourself, whatever that means. I know, you know, we're here, we're supporting you. Reach out to us, Instagram, Facebook, Enlightened Souls event. We have a lot of events going on. Come check us out. It's all love, and we're